talking about step up home buying, kind of where we're at in the 2023 market, just with, you know, on one side of the coin, you can sell your house for, pretty much top dollar right now. Obviously, homes keep appreciating in this area. Say you've been in your house 5 to 7 years, you got quite a bit of equity into it, you're looking to buy something bigger. But on the flip side of that coin, houses are more expensive. Appreciation holds true there as well. And obviously interest rates are higher right now. One thing I try to communicate is like, you're not necessarily buying a house that's, $200,000-$300,000 more than the one you currently live in. You're just, using some of that money you have in equity right now to have a similar payment in a bigger home, right?
Right, right. And what you're saying totally is you're not financing that much larger home, right? You have that equity to put down, so your loan amount is considerably less, right? When you're sitting on $300,000 worth of equity, now that $700,000 home, you're really just financing $400,000 of it, right? And one thing that you and I both have been seeing is, yes, of course, interest rates are up. That affects affordability. It makes that payment larger, but what most people tend to focus on is what that monthly payment looks like. So that's why we always divert to a lender like, hey, can you give us a hypothetical scenario? If we buy this home at this price, what are the payments looking like?
Right.
So that's usually the big key factor, right? People want to know that it's going to be within their budget.
Right. And let's talk a little bit too about, like, we haven't really seen, obviously interest rates went up last year, and it was a pretty dramatic shift. We felt a little bit of a lull, temporarily, but for the most part, it seems like it's not really affecting these people. If you need a house right now, people don't really give a shit about the interest rate, right?
Yeah, there was that sticker shock, right? So when, especially people that were already in the market shopping around, they were shopping based on the much lower rates, and then they jumped up so quickly, right? So that changed, again, that payment considerably. So there was that sticker shock, but again, now we're seeing the super intense market again. We're seeing multiple offers on majority of the properties that we're looking at, and my theory with that is, and of course, I don't have a crystal ball. I always say, full disclosure, no one knows where these rates are going to go.
If we did, it'd make our job a lot easier, right?
Oh, man, we'd be doing really well. Rates are projected to come down, and the interesting part is, of course, that's going to just drive demand that much higher.
Yeah.
So if we're already in a multiple offer situation of 10 plus offers on a single home, now what are we going to be looking at?
All right.
20 offers, 30 offers, hopefully not. But we need that supply. So that's, again, why we're talking about this step up, right? That would help get some supply on the market because these people will be trading their home for a larger home. So it's something that, and we're seeing a lot of people with life situations like yourself. You're expecting a baby, you might need some more space. That's usually how it goes, right? Life events change situations, which change locations, right?
Yeah. And also people that have been honing in, solely on the interest rate. Well, I'm locked in right now at, 3.5%. I don't want to go and, buy a new house and have a 6% mortgage rate. But at the same time, I've been preaching a lot of the options that are available. There are, ways of permanently buying down that rate. There's temporary buy downs. We've been talking a lot about 2-1 buy downs and kind of what that entails. And, the idea is if rates continue to go up, which we don't think they will, obviously we think they're going to come down again. But if they continue to go up, you're going to be happy that you locked in while you did. And the fact still holds true that if you need a house, you need a house. And there's no way of timing the market perfectly. But if you have a lot of equity in your house, you're looking for something bigger, you're having more kids, it's a great time to do so because your house will sell probably for top dollar right now.
100%. There's a lot of options, right? People don't want to be displaced, especially when they have a family or young kids. They need to know where they're going to go. So there's options out there, such as bridge loans. So maybe you don't have to be contingent on selling your property before we locate another one. You can always list your property, figure out what we're going to get for it, and make it contingent on you finding a new home.
Yeah.
So there's several options, and again, your favorite line, different strokes for different folks. So that's why we want to kind of discuss with each client and see what's a good fit for them.
And another thing that we do, I just want to make note of that, like, we'll reach out to past buyer clients, some that may have bought 3-4 years ago. And a lot of the time they're not really aware of how much equity they currently have in their house and how much the market's continued to appreciate since then.
Yeah, I feel like market updates are super important. We have a few systems that help with that, but understanding the actual equity that people have available to put towards their next home is a huge key to this puzzle.